We saw arguments laced with insight, rebuttals delivered with precision, and a display of poise far beyond teenage years. Victories were earned yesterday, not given. Defeats were hard fought, never surrendered. The stage proved that these finals are not just for finalists representing merely their schools, but their states and their regions. But even more than that, they are representing the promise of Nigeria's future. Now, day 2 beckons, ready to rumble, and with it, 2 more high-stakes debates. The bar set high, but today's debaters know that in this arena, brilliance is not optional. It is the price of survival. 2 of the 4 debaters you will hear today will be at risk of elimination from this contest. 1 of the 2 losers will be saved. We'll find out how it all plays out. The mics are ready, the judges are poised, and the battle for national glory continues. So let's get ready, because what am I saying? I beg to differ. Students Debate Tournament at the Season 8 National Finals, if you have not heard it until now, is officially underway, and this is day 2. Yes, Nigeria. The champions return, the dust of yesterday's battles still hanging in the air, yet the ground already trembles with the footsteps of giants. As Winston Churchill once said, to each there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing. For our debaters, that moment is now.
Today, sharpened minds meet again in combat. Words will be forged in swords. Ideas will take flight like arrows, and logic will stand as the shield. Shakespeare once said that strong reasons make strong actions, and today, every reason must be strong enough to survive these arenas.
Yes. Welcome to I Beg to Differ, the battleground where Nigeria's brightest secondary school champions face off for the ultimate crown. It's the tournament of champions, people. The questions are harder, the opponents tougher, and the margin for error razor thin.
Hesitation is defeat. Every pause gives your opponent ground. Every second counts. The question is, who will seize the moment and who will watch it slip away?
And now, Lagos, let us salute the arbiters of this battlefield, our judges, the guardians of the galaxy, the guardians of fairness and the keepers of truth. Dr. Chikwere, Head of Department for Mass Communication and Strategic Communication Programs. at the School of Media and Communication, Pan Atlantic University. Welcome, my good sir. Also, Dr. Ikechi Wogu, education consultant, and of course, our chief judge for our Port Harcourt regional finals. Also from Abuja, Judge Majid Dahiru, seasoned voice of reason, seasoned judge, who also was in charge and in command during the Abuja regional finals. Also, Judge Ufoma Egbamuno, news manager, Nigeria Info, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Kids FM, and of course, a great friend of mine as well. Judge Yvonne Ohaifo, broadcast journalist and newscaster and presenter, Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM. The children of Kids FM, well, at least their consolation is that they still get to hear their own, very own Principal Vaughan at 3 p.m., particularly in Lagos. So, not much to lose. The die is cast, the stage is set.
Well, we also want to honor the champions who stand beside the competition off the battlefield, our sponsors. To Obiwizi, our partner from the earliest days, supplying authentic gadgets from laptops to mobile phones, durable power banks, tablets, Bluetooth speakers, and more. You have powered our dreams as much as our devices. To Nmasi Children's Hospital, we're thanking you for keeping the health of our young ones as a top priority, of course, because, you know, we need that. And to Diamonds and Pearls Travel Limited for giving flight to our ambitions. And Ejanla Foods, they've been keeping the children nourished every single day, like Femi would say, 90 meals. 90 meals. That would serve me like a...
And ensuring there's fish in our stew.
Yes. We want to thank you for nourishing not just the body, but the spirit of our contestants every single day. And finally, to Chrisland Schools, our host school, for opening your doors and your hearts to this gathering of brilliance.
Not a doubt. The Tournament of Champions roars on. Day 2 starts now. The minds are ready. The stage is set. And of course, history waits for its author. I'm Femi Obong-Daniels, and she is...
Maryann Okon. It is such a pleasure to have you all join us.
Anti-fortunate. Anyway, guys, let's meet our debaters. They are the reason why we have all converged from Lagos. Strong debater and runner-up of the second regional finals in Lagos. She's 16. She's just graduated. She's 16 going on 17. She's now 17.
You're almost 17. Oh,
okay,
17.
She's now 17.
Big girl.
She's finally turned 17. And she's finally graduated from Hisac Academy, but she waves their banner proudly. Say welcome to Esther Joseph. Welcome, Esther. How are you? Yeah. You people should reduce the applause so we can hear. Say welcome again so Lagos can hear you.
Welcome.
Lagos heard you, but did Abuja hear you? Did Port Harcourt hear you? Say it one more time.
Welcome.
It's a debate. Open your mouth. All right. Her opponent, brilliant mind, Trojan of the Abuja regional finals. She lost in the semi-final, but she roared back in the third place battle there to ensure she finished on the podium. She's a student of Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja. She's only 15. She's in SS3. Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Nigeria, the rest of the world. Please make welcome to Chikwere, Nmasi, Ruth. Welcome, Ruth. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Why do I feel I murdered your middle name?
Not really.
So say
We got it.
Nmasi.
Nmasi Chukwu. Fantastic. Welcome, Ruth. Are you ready? Is this your first time in Lagos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Welcome to Lagos.
Thank you.
Have they been treating you well since you arrived?
Yeah.
You landed on Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you enjoy the food? I
Okay.
like that.
Thanks to Ejanla for not finishing our pupils with pepper.
I was about to say, did you like the pepper? But
Yeah.
we were very conscious of that this time.
Yes, certainly. All right. Let's get into this debate. Playtime is over. Esther and Ruth. Are you ready? These are two great individuals who lived in biblical times apart. The big
I know.
story was about Naomi and Esther. Naomi and Ruth.
Ruth.
Yes, Esther was
Esther
was
totally
was
different.
Mordecai's
Yes.
niece.
Yes.
So she lived in
She
a
was a
different.
queen.
Yes, was a queen.
Yes.
So, and Ruth was
betrothed to.
she was an Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trailblazer.
Yes, certainly. So let's get into this debate. Maryann, do us the honors of the topic.
Well, today's topic, very interesting, I must say. Euthanasia should be legalized in Nigeria.
Ha.
I know. I like the
Okay.
Should it? Should it not?
Just so you know, these young students have company. Esther is accompanied by her brother Daniel, and we say welcome to our live studios.
Hello, Daniel.
Daniel, welcome. Thank you very much. And of course, Ruth is chaperoned by her teacher, Mrs. Doris Onyi Uwaleke. Is that the pronunciation? Oh, must be the amazing lady I met downstairs coming up. Fantastic. Thank you very much, our dear teacher and family members, for all the support for these young minds. Let's get into the debate. You heard it. Euthanasia. Should it be legalized in Nigeria? Well, these two students were told to prepare for both sides.
Yes.
And now in the studio, we have to determine who proposes and who opposes, as some of our ritual elements are missing. Where's Mr. Sheriff? We would have to improvise. Because we don't have time to wait continuously. All right. Yeah. Do you have anything in?
No, this is for and this is against. Whatever hand they pick.
Haba. Yeah, Mimi, what's up with you? They will just pick left or right. Somebody will just.
Know it. Okay.
So maybe we'll
take
put
a quick break and then
Yes,
bring
yes.
our
Yes.
ritual
Let's
box.
take a break.
Yes.
Let's take a break.
By the way, we're live on Facebook and YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. So go watch us right now. Connect with us. In a bit, we're going to start.
Obiwizi, Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadget trade-ins. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obiwizi is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned, UK used. Got a phone or laptop? Bring it in and walk out with an upgrade, a cashback, or both. Whether you shop in-store or online at obiwizi.com. That is obiwizi.com. You are guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obiwizi offers affordable tech, trusted service. Because with gadgets, Obiwizi is your guy. Follow on socials, on Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page, on TikTok at Obiwizi. Happy shopping!
Welcome back. Welcome back. The debate commences right now between Esther Joseph of Hisac Academy, just graduated from Hisac Academy, and Ruth Chikwere of Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja. Both of you now have to make a decision to determine how you will argue. I have support and oppose in either hand. I do not know what I have where, neither do you. You can pick either hand. Who wants to go first? Yeah, you want this hand? Okay, there you go. And there you go. So let's hear who is supporting the motion?
I.
You are supporting the motion that euthanasia should be legalized in Nigeria. Brilliant. Esther, you are opposing the motion. Are you both ready? Are you ready? All right. I'll give you a breather. We'll take a quick break. Here's from one of our supporters and partners and sponsors, after which we will go straight into the debate for the day.
Obiwizi, Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadgets trade-ins. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obiwizi is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned. Got a phone, a laptop? Bring it in and walk out with an upgrade, a cashback, or both. Whether you shop in store or online at obiwizi.com, that is obiwizi.com, you are guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obiwizi offers affordable tech, trusted service. Because with gadgets, Obiwizi is your guy. Follow us on Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page and on TikTok at Obiwizi.
If you are hungry for Nigerian flavor, step into Janla Foods, where every bite tastes like home. From fresh sizzling seafood to hearty soup, from smoky jollof rice to mouth-watering swallow and sides, we serve it fresh, we serve it local, and we serve it delicious. We are cooking for you every day at number 45B Suez Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4 in Abuja, and at number 37 Body Thomas Street, opposite Access Bank in Lagos, and of course at number 40 Fola Oshibo Road, Lekki Phase 1. Follow the taste on Instagram at ejanla.ng. That is at ejanla.ng. Ejanla Foods, your taste buds will thank you.
All right, Nigeria, time waits for no one, so let us proceed. So once again, who's supporting? You are supporting, and that is Ruth. The motion is euthanasia should be legalized in Nigeria. Should it or should it not be? Presentation round. First to go is the motion supporter from Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja, 15-year-old Ruth Chikwere. Ruth, are you ready to proceed?
All right. Ruth, do not forget that you have 4 minutes each for this first round. Are you ready? All right. Your 4 minutes starts now.
Imagine lying on a hospital bed, rocked with unbearable pain. Every breath a struggle, every moment a torment. Your sickness incurable, your suffering unending. And the law insists you must bear this agonizing pain day after day because someone out there wants your life to continue, no matter how tough your suffering gets. According to Margaret Bathen, a bioethicist, to deny a person control over their life is to deny them ownership of their own death. Good morning, the chairman, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debater, listeners and viewers all over the globe. My name is Chikwere Ruth, a student of Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja. Today I stand to propose the motion that states euthanasia should be legalized in Nigeria. Euthanasia is the act of intentionally ending a person's life to relieve them from suffering, pain, or distress, often due to a terminal illness. I support my stand with the following point. Firstly, right to die with dignity. Terminally ill patients suffering from incurable diseases like cancer and AIDS often endure unbearable pain. Legalizing euthanasia enables them to end their own suffering on their own terms, preserving human dignity. That's why late Archbishop Desmond Tutu, a Nobel Peace Laureate, said, "I have prepared for my death, and I've made it clear that I do not wish to be kept alive at all costs. If a global religious leader could induce autonomy in death, why do Nigeria deny it?" Secondly, autonomy and bodily sovereignty. Individuals should have the right to decide what happens to their bodies. Denying patients euthanasia forces them to suffer against their will, violating fundamental freedom. When 8 out of 10 die in agony, euthanasia isn't radical, it's necessary. Thirdly, relief of families. Watching a loved one suffer is traumatic. Euthanasia provides closure and spare families the emotional and financial strain of prolonged foster care. 60% of Nigerian families facing terminal illness fall into poverty. We bankrupt families to prolong suffering. Is that pro-life? More so, economic burden of prolonged care. Nigerian healthcare is expensive. Families sell properties and go into debt to sustain terminal patients. Euthanasia is the cost-effective alternative to draining resources. A River State family in southern Nigeria spent 98.3 million in 9 months, keeping their brain-dead father alive. He was buried with nothing left for his children's education. This is cruelty disguised as care. Furthermore, prevent suicide attempts. Desperate patients may attempt painful, violent suicide. Euthanasia is a cost-effective human alternative to suicide. 70% of global suicide have been linked to a treated chronic illness. Mr. Debisi, a 58-year-old cement company CEO, begged for euthanasia as bone cancer shattered his pelvis. Denied. He jumped from his third-floor hospital window, surviving 6 more months of agony with broken lips. Is the sanctity of life. Moving on, global precedents. Countries like Canada, Netherlands, and Belgium have successfully legalized euthanasia with strict safeguard. Canada proved that euthanasia can be legalized with care and compassion, and not chaos. In addition, reduces medical exploitation. Some hospitals prolong treatment even when recovery is impossible. When we legalize euthanasia, who will take advantage of the dying? Just like Dr. Jack Kevokan said, keeping someone alive against their will isn't medicine. It's torture with a stethoscope. In conclusion, the desire to die with dignity is not a failure of courage, but a triumph of humanity over pointless agony. I say with the words of Dr. Atu Gawande, sometimes the most peaceful human treatment you could give to someone is a peaceful death, not a prolonged sentence of suffering. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
She deserves a round of applause, and
Wow.
I'll give you that manually. Well done for your opener, Ruth. We'll now switch quickly to her opponent. Ruth is from Government Secondary, or more like Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja. From Lagos, Hisac Academy. Her opponent, who is opposing the motion that euthanasia should be legalized in Nigeria, will have a chance for her presentation round.
All right. Esther, are you ready? Your 4 minutes starts now.
When a society legalizes euthanasia, it shifts the equation from should this person die to who is next. And in a country with fragile system, deep corruption and sacred cultural value, legal euthanasia will not end suffering. It will only legalize abuse. Good day, moderators, panel of impartial judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debate and ever attentive audience. My name is Esther Joseph, and I'm here to oppose the motion that states euthanasia should be legalized in Nigeria. Here are my points. To begin with, slippery slope. Once euthanasia is legalized in Nigeria, it changes the definition of eligible. According to the Lancet 2022, Belgium saw a 60% increase in non-terminal euthanasia requests within 5 years of legalization. Belgium started with terminal illness, but now uses euthanasia for psychological distress and minors. Next, African cultural identity. African value emphasize on family support and communal responsibility, not abandonment. For example, in the Yoruba and Igbo traditions, elders are revered regardless of illness. Death is not rushed. Next, corruption potential. And in a country where death certificates can be forged, legalizing euthanasia would be dangerous. According to a 2022 report, legalizing euthanasia would be dangerous. According to a 2023 report by Transparency International Index, Nigeria ranks 245 out of 180 countries on corruption index. Poor oversight is the norm. For example, in Oyo State, a nurse was arrested for issuing a false death diagnosis. This is according to Punch newspaper 2021. Next, religious foundations. Nigeria is deeply religious. Christianity and Islam, dominant faith, both opposes euthanasia. For example, in the north and southeast, religious leaders have threatened to boycott any hospital who considers end-of-life euthanasia choices. Next, elderly exploitation risk. Older people may feel guilty for being a burden and therefore pressured into requesting euthanasia. according to a 2022 Guardian report in Canada found out that there was a 30% increase in euthanasia requests after patients were told that they could no longer get long-term care. Next, disability discrimination. Disabled people might be seen as better off dead, which is morally horrifying. A quadriplegic man in Ontario was offered medical assistance in dying instead of him to be offered a home care ramp. Next, value for life is undermined. Legalizing legal euthanasia changes the ethical foundation of a society. It suggests that some lives are less worth living. According to the Vatican Bioethics Statement 2021, all lives, even the suffering life, has divine worth. A quote from the late Pope Francis said, all life is sacred. All life is sacred, even in its most broken form. Next, alternative exists. What Nigeria lacks is palliative care, not legalized death. Pain clinics in Uganda saw a decrease in illegal end of life after expanding morphine access. Next, legal loopholes are inevitable. Nigerian medical health care are full of gaps. From organ transplants to IVF ethics, we are not ready for this. According to a 2023 NAFDAC report, many fertility and life support clinics in Nigeria operate without national oversight. For example, in Lagos State, death certificates are routinely falsified to manipulate insurance claims. Next, undermines doctor-to-patient trust. Patients may fear that doctors will push end-of-life choices as a cheaper option, at poor areas. In Kenya, a survey done by Nation Africa found out that 1 out of 4 terminal patients believed that doctors gave up too early. Next, economic cohesion. And in a country where 63% live in poverty, people may request euthanasia just to reduce financial strain. According to a 2023 report by World Bank, Nigeria health poverty ranks among the world globally. For example, in Edo State, a widow publicly pleaded for assisted death, stating that her children are selling what they have to take care of her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Esther. We applaud you too, manually too. We'll take a quick break. When we come back from this break, we will go straight into the rebuttal rounds between Esther and Ruth. We'll be starting off with Esther in that rebuttal round. Stick around, don't go anywhere, and we'll be back before you know it.
You are hungry for Nigerian flavor? Step into Janla Foods, where every bite tastes like home. From fresh sizzling seafood to hearty soup, from smoky jollof rice to mouth-watering swallow and sides, we serve it fresh, we serve it local, and we serve it delicious. We are cooking for you every day at number 45B Suez Crescent, Abuja Estate, Wuse Zone 4 in Abuja, and at number 37 Body Thomas Street, opposite Access Bank in Lagos, and of course at number 40 Fola Oshibo Road, Lekki Phase 1. Follow the taste on Instagram at ejanla.ng. That is at ejanla.ng. Ejanla Foods, your taste buds will thank you.
Welcome back. Into the rebuttal rounds we go straight away. Maryann?
Yes, of course. I'd also like to remind you that we are live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Don't fail to join the conversation on all our Nigeria Info FM stations across the country, in Port Harcourt, Abuja, and right here in Lagos. Also for Kids FM in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja. No one is left out. We're carrying everyone along because this is the Tournament of Champions. All right. Again, I'd like to let the contestants know that this round also you have 4 minutes each. Esther, you start this round. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. Your 4 minutes starts now.
All protocols duly observed. I remain Esther Joseph, and I'm here to rebut my opponent's point. Firstly, my opponent made mention of reduces medical exploitation. Medical personnel are meant to take care. Medical personnel are meant to take care of the are meant to take care of the ill people, terminally ill patients, especially in sickness like ALS. So they should take care of the patients. They should kill the pain, not the patient. What they are looking for a opportunity for them to be able to reduce them of their burden, reduce them of their stress by killing people. So they should be able to kill the patients. They should be able to kill the pain, not the patient. Next, my opponent made mention of family trauma. That if families watch their loved ones die, then they will have trauma. But families are more traumatized when they remember that they took part in the decision making of a loved one. When they remember that they took part in the decision making of a loved one to die, the agony, when they remember such, the pain causes them to be traumatized, leading to long healthcare mental issues. Next, my opponent said desperate families may ask for euthanasia. Desperate families may ask for euthanasia, but in a situation where they are provided with basic healthcare needs, families will not be in a desperate situation to ask for euthanasia or to want to see their loved one die. They will surely look for a process, or a means to make sure that they see that loved one pass through that stage, or want or love to see that person being alive. Next, my opponent talks about global precedents. She made mention of Canada and Belgium. All these countries we mentioned have stronger system and more resources than our own. Nigeria, we lack resources, so we cannot legalize this euthanasia. There are many things that are meant for us to look out. Legalizing euthanasia, when we start it, we will not be able to complete it. Next, my opponent made mention of individuals should have rights to die. Many individuals chooses to die because they are not they are not kept in a place or in a hospital where they feel safe, or where they feel that they can be able to breathe, they can have life, but they are kept in hospitals or in places where only the surrounding alone you will be asking for death. So the government should do more in empowering hospitals with equipment that they should use to take care of their patients, so that these patients will not choose to die. They would see the hope of becoming a better person. They will see the hope of living. Next, my opponent said right to die with dignity. Right to die with dignity. People chooses to die because they don't have hope, or they don't have anything sustaining them. Most of them are even pressurized. Let me tell you, most of them are pressurized into choosing death from external factors like poverty or family members pressurizing them, telling them how they are bankrupting them, so they should better choose death, so that they can use the remaining money maybe to plan something better. So these external factors alone makes the patient to choose death. Yes, having rebutted an opponent, my opponent made mention of 7 points. Thank you.
All right, rebuttal rounds for Esther Joseph, a recent graduate of Hisac Academy, done. We move over now to her opponent, and that will be Ruth Chikwere of Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja.
All right, Ruth, are you ready? Your 4 minutes starts now.
Thanks for having me back again. My name is Maryann Chikwere Ruth from Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja. I've heard my opponent saying Nigerian can't perform legal euthanasia. Come on, look at India. They have similar healthcare challenges, but they perform 3 times more legal euthanasia than Canada. You said life is sacred and only God should decide that. By that logic, we should ban chemotherapy because all medical intervention plays God, right? You said families will pressure the sick to die. When we have laws on inheritance coercion, where is the pressure coming from? You say our culture reject this. Our culture once rejected cesarean section and IVF. Progress means updating traditions even though they cause harm. You said the poor are the target. Yes, we know the poor are the target. They are the ones dying in pain without painkillers. Legalization bring an oversight for them. You claim abuse will happen. Show me one country where legal euthanasia led to mass murder. You suggest we should improve palliative care instead. That's a great idea. But why we wait 20 years to build those shattered and broken systems? What should be the fate of our today's screaming patient? Should they just suffer? Euthanasia is the emergency brake while we fix the car. God gave us reason not to ignore suffering, but to alleviate it, even if that means letting go. You oppose euthanasia, but do you donate blood? Do you protest police brutality? Or is it only the dying you suddenly care about? Don't be a hypocrite. You say it's a slippery slope to killing disabled. Since 2018, India allowed withdrawal of life support, and all this came from patient choice. Belgium legalized euthanasia in 2012, and after 22 years, there are 98% of terminal cancer patients. 90% of their terminal cases involved cancer patients. Show me one disabled person killed against their will. If your grandmother was in pain, you allow her remain in the hospital, busy shouting. But if your dog had a bone cancer, you put it down. Why value Nigerian grandparents' lives less than pets? You said exploitation, that doctors can't exploit. But let me tell you something you don't know, Bam. In Nigeria, it flows in the bloodstream of the people. Corruption flows in the bloodstream of the people. So we need to legalize euthanasia to ensure safety and transparency. Let me tell you something you don't know. You said people be forced into euthanasia, but euthanasia is voluntary, my opponent. You seem not to understand me. I said desperate patients may attempt suicide. And I don't say desperate patient may... I do not say desperate patient may apply for euthanasia. Yes, since they will attempt suicide, why don't we just make it legal for them? The right with dignity, yes, I said that. But right with dignity comes, like I said earlier, God gave us choice not to ignore suffering, but to alleviate it, even if that means letting go. My lovely opponent, you gave 7 points, and with all these points you gave, I said that none of them is worth really talking about. Because in our society like Nigeria, we need to legalize euthanasia. Our humanity demands it from us. We could not provide good road, no proper education. We couldn't give them the basic amenities they needed. Then now, they demand dignity in that. Why don't we just give this little to them? Thank you.
All right.
Interesting scenario here. The rebuttal rounds are over between Esther and Ruth. Esther represents Lagos from Hisac Academy, and Ruth represents Abuja Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja. We'll take another quick break.
Yes, and when we return, it'll be time for their closing arguments.
I can't wait. Can you?
At Chrisland, some of our recent remarkable achievements. We won the Most Outstanding Private Secondary School Award in 2021 and 2022. Miss Sama Okonkwo got Top in the World Awards 2022, IGCSE English as a Second Language Speaking Endorsement. Oluwabukola Adeyemi got Top in the World in 2022 Cambridge International AS Level Law and High Achievement Award in Cambridge AS Level Psychology. Abdul-Jalil Ayomide Omotola emerged top in Nigeria in the French Cambridge IGCSE French in 2023. Umbaronye Ncheta Evans emerged the overall best student in Lagos State in 2023 West African Senior School Examination. We take pride in our powerful alumni as we continue to raise global leaders, captains of industries, and eminent professionals in diverse fields all over the world.
You will find Chrisland College at number 72 Old Ejigbo Road in Idimo, Lagos. You can call 002-309-6656. Find Chrisland High School at VGC K6B Road 3, Victoria Garden City in Ajak, 0813-010-1818 or 0803-410-6700 or 0902-087-6340. Chrisland High School Ikeja is located at number 28 on Okpebi Road, Ikeja, Lagos. You could call 0813-436-6988 or 0803-580-7364.
Welcome back. It's their first debate in this round of 16 in the Tournament of Champions of I Beg to Differ Students Debate Tournament Season 8. Esther from Lagos, Hisac Academy, goes up against Ruth from Government Science Secondary School in Abuja. We've heard their first 2 rounds, the presentation and rebuttal rounds. It comes down to their closing arguments. In this final round, the judges are not looking for any points at all. So it wouldn't matter if you decide to list points. They are looking out for your style, your ability to marshal your arguments and make it interest arousing. So if you want to sing. If you want to recite the poem, go ahead. Or if you want to run for office, go ahead and run us your manifesto. But by all means, impress the judges and impress the audience. So let's go, Maryann.
All right, we're reversing to status quo, so we're coming back to you, Ruth. This particular round, you have 3 minutes each, ladies. So I'm going to start. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Your 3 minutes starts now.
Thanks for having me back again. I remain Chikwere Ruth from Government Science Secondary School Tunga-Maje, Abuja. Ladies and gentlemen, today we confront a profound moral question. Should a person have the right to die with dignity? Should Nigeria join the ranks of compassionate nations that allow euthanasia, not as an act of surrender, but as a final act of autonomy, mercy, and control? This is not about that. It is about recognizing that true humanity lies not in forcing life at all costs, but in granting the freedom to say enough is enough. I'd love to ask you a question. Which terminal patient should we watch suffer because of your belief? Give me a name. That's it. Nobody. Take a look at Prince Saud al-Nazir. He ended up in coma in the year 2005, and he spent 18 years in coma. The money his parents used to fund him bedridden, they could have used that same money to use for other basic infrastructures. Though finance was not the problem of his parent, but I think they should have used that money for something else. Palliative care was supposed to be the African solution, but in a country like Nigeria, where corruption is in the bloodstream of our leaders, what do you want us to do? Honorable judges, worthy opponents, we are at the precipice of a profound ethical conversation. The right to die with dignity. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, facing his own end, tells us that this is not what we want. We should look for a way for people not to face the kind of pain he faced while ending his life. If you believe in human autonomy, if you believe in the right to die with dignity, embrace euthanasia. If you believe in autonomy, embrace euthanasia. If you want a better Nigeria, embrace euthanasia, because it's the way forward to the kind of Nigeria we want. Not all Nigerians share the same faith, and let's be sensitive so that all secular law should not be dictated by religious doctrine that are opposed to euthanasia. 52% of educated Nigerians have accepted euthanasia under strict safeguard. The people are even ahead on the law of this. Less than 1% of terminal diagnosis in low-resource country are later proven wrong. My opponent, you fear mistakes, but data shows that euthanasia is safer than Nigeria's traffic. I repeat, data shows that euthanasia is safer than Nigerian's traffic. Let's think of what to do. This is our country, Nigeria. We need to think for humanity. Because you don't want it, do not simply mean that humanity do not need it. Ladies and gentlemen, with this I come to my conclusion that we should legalize euthanasia. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Just fiery, feisty, and only 15. Ruth Nmasi Chikwere of Government Science Secondary School, Tunga-Maje, Abuja, SS3 student in that school. It's now time for us to listen to her opponent who opposes this motion for her final, her closing round.
Esther, are you ready? Your 3 minutes starts now.
Honorable judges, I want you to look at my opponent proposal. Look past the euphemisms of dignity and assistance and see it for what it is. It is the proposal to empower doctors whose sacred oath for millennia has been to preserve life, now to take a syringe, fill it with poison, and deliberately end the life of another human being. This is the question at the heart of this debate. Is this a path a just and caring nation should take? My opponent has offered them a vision of compassion, but it is a cheap and dangerous compassion. It is the compassion of giving up. It is the compassion that says when a person is suffering, when they are vulnerable, when they are a burden, the solution is not to care for them, but to eliminate them. They have dismissed this slippery slope as a mere fallacy, but I have shown you today that it is not a fallacy. It is a documented empirical fact. Look at the evidence. In Canada, a law started in 2016 for adults, but was expanded in 2021 to include children of any age. In Belgium, a law passed in 2002 for the terminally ill was expanded in 2014 to include disability alone. These are not mere tactics. These are headlines from countries with stronger resources, with stronger system and more resources than our own. Legalizing euthanasia is to import this horrible expansion. Speaking of autonomy and choice, but for whom? For the wealthy intellectual who has considered all option, or for the poor grandmother in the village whose family can no longer afford their care? And in a nation like ours, with economic pressure and a palliative system that is tragically underfunded and inaccessible to most, a right to die will inevitably become a duty to die. It's a death sentence delivered by poverty, not by choice. A documented case from the Netherlands confirms this fear, where a man chose euthanasia after his wife gave him the ultimatum of death or a nursing home he feared. But our law is crystal clear. Section 299 of the Criminal Code states that consent is not defense to killing. The Nigerian Medical Association, the very doctors who would be turned into executioners, reaffirmed as recently as May 2024 that euthanasia is unethical and illegal. Judges, this debate has presented two sides for the vision of Nigeria. My opponent's vision is a shortcut. It's a society that solves the problem of suffering by eliminating the sufferer. It's a society that tells its vulnerable citizens that their lives are not worth living. My vision is harder, but it is more noble. It's a society that commits its work to the sacred work of caring. A society that builds hospices, that funds palliative cares, that protects citizens, and tell them that no matter how sick or how frail, your life has value. We will not abandon you. We will kill the pain, not the patient. Today, you are not just judges. You are guardians of our nation's character. I urge you, choose the path of true compassion, choose the path of life, choose the path of justice. Reject this irreversible and dangerous proposal. Thank you.
All right. Well done, Esther Joseph of Hisac Academy. Brilliant closing, if you ask me. They've done their part. It's now in the hands of the judges. And you, our esteemed listeners, you've followed through. We wonder how you think. If you haven't voted, go to our live feeds, our live stream on YouTube and Facebook. I would recommend you vote both ways. Just look for Nigeria Info. It's Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook. And just search for Nigeria Info and click on our live. Just click when you get to the page, to our account. Just go live. You will see it there, and you will see the voting options for you between Esther and Ruth.
Yes. So many messages coming in on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. Don't forget, we're also live on Kids FM across the country, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. Same for Nigeria Info. But most importantly, we want to hear what you're saying on social media.
We'll come to messages in a bit. First, let's hear from our diction coach and judge, Yvonne Haifo.
Thank you, Femi. Ladies, well done. One thing that I have to emphasize again is that you have to pay attention to the rule of subject-verb agreement. And this goes both ways, Ruth and Esther. For example, because you don't want it do not mean Nigeria. That's wrong. Because you don't want it does not mean, okay? So you have to pay attention to the subject-verb rule. For instance, Esther said, people chooses to die. People choose to die, not people chooses to die. So you have to ensure that you are obeying the subject-verb agreement rule. There are other instances, but for the sake of time, I've just listed a few of them. Personnel is already plural. There was no need to say personnels. Personnel refers to people working in a field, in a particular field. So you say personnel, not personnels. Okay, personnel is a plural word. It is boycott, not boycott. Boycott, okay? You say boycott. You emphasize, not emphasize on. You emphasize, but you lay emphasis on, okay? So you emphasize, not emphasize on. There's a difference between guardian and guidance. Okay, in your closing round, a guardian is somebody who guards, who protects, sort of. But guidance, on the other hand, means something else. So you are referring to judges as guardians, not guidance. Okay? You meant judges as guardians. I'll come to Ruth and say there's a difference between death and debt. Okay? You owe a debt, not debt. The B in debt, in DEBT, is silent. So you say debt, not debt. And it is also, that's why it's important to differentiate between debt and death. You cannot say death as debt, because then people are confused. Do you mean the one you owe, or do you mean to lose your life? Femi, we're out of time, so that's all.
Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stop?
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Now so I did on my own. Now a message enter my phone. Fiam. I can't click am. Fiam. Now so my money for account go. Fiam. Hey. If to say na Airtel you dey use, them for first alert you before you click am. Airtel they identify spammers, then alert them customers with AI-powered service to make sure say you no fall mugu for wuru scam messages. No charges, no subscription needed. Me self they go join Airtel. Fiam.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Hey, yeah, now Rabi, with Orabi, my teeth strong, my mouth is fresh, keep clean well, oh, now Oral-B. Strong teeth Oral-B, fresh bread Oral-B, 24/7 with Oral-B. Strong teeth Oral-B.
Give on our teeth 24 hours protection. Use Oral-B today. Na Nigerian Dental Association. Tanda Gidigba with Oral-B.
Hey, party people. Jollof, gone. Pounded yam, gone. But water, unfinished bottles, abandoned like suya wrapper. Now, with the 33cl bottle, no waste, no wahala.
The new 33cl bottle. Big enough to refresh, small enough to finish. And thanks to our trusted 13-step quality process, every drop is refreshingly safe. Nestle Pure Life Premium Drinking Water. Source of hydration you can trust.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
This taste na banger, this taste na creamy rich, this taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1. Thickness, enjoyment, yumminess, happiness, delightfulness, deliciousness, smoothness. This taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1.
Enjoy more creamy richness with the new Nescafe Original 3-in-1 in the new pack. That's strong, finish strong.
Hey, rewards don't land. When I buy airtime and data on any network,
I get up to 10% cash back.
I pay my NEPA, DSTV, or StarTimes Uncle
3% cash back.
Now so, smart cash back, don't get reloaded.
And they load my wallet.
Hey, it's the Smart Cash Cashback Reloaded. Top up airtime or data on any network and get up to 10% cashback, or pay your electricity or cable TV bill and get 3% cashback sharply. Only on Smart Cash. No dull yourself. Download the Smart Cash app or dial *939# to start today.
Terms and conditions, deja.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agba Ballers, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba Baller with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, my game changer.
Little body, big moves. Little brain, big learning. Your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet of Cerelac Junior comes with the nutrition they need, natural grains, protein, and iron to support their physical growth, learning, and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had yours?
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Stay updated with all the current news. From policies to politics, economies, local and foreign news. We keep you updated on all the happenings. Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
All right, welcome back. We had some house cleaning to do while that was going on.
Yes.
And also the judges doing their job. We seem to be having some trouble from one of the judges' locations. So we are left with the scoring of the available judges. So the result we're going to read will feature the scoring of judges Chikwere, who is our chief judge, as well as Judge Ikechi and Judge Ufoma. That is what I have in front of me. So here is the scoring as has been presented. Please, if you haven't voted on social media, Facebook and YouTube, please go and vote now. Hopefully we'll get the result before we switch on to the next debate.
And don't forget to share, like, and comment. Send the videos to others so they can also be part of the debate.
So here is the scoring for this debate. For the presentation round, Judge Ikechi scores it 10-9. Esther. Judge Ufoma scores it 10 to 8.5. Esther. And Chief Judge Chike scores it 10-9. Esther. To the rebuttal round. Judge Ikechi scores it 10-9. Ruth. Chief Judge Chike scores it 10-9. Ruth. Judge Ufoma scores it 10-9. Esther. Closing round. Judge Ikechi scores it 10-9. Ruth. Chief Judge Chike scores it 10-9. Esther. And Judge Ufoma scores it a tie, 10-10. Diction scoring is a tie, 10-10 from Judge Yvonne. So we have a winner by split decision. 97 points to 94.5. Congratulations to you, Esther Joseph of Hisac Academy. Well done, Esther. Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. you progress automatically to the round of 12, which will be soon. I guess that will be 2 weeks from now. We'll know. But congratulations, you've done your bit. All right. Ruth, please adjust your microphone. Adjust your microphone. Well done. I thoroughly enjoyed you.
Mm-hmm.
Thoroughly. I don't know how else to say it. But I thoroughly enjoyed you. And you just made a fan of me. And I really do hope, it's not the end.
I want to see her back here.
Yeah, I do hope it's not the end.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get the opportunity to stay in this contest, I kind of think you're a great debater and you'll do so very well. Okay? And all the instructions that were given, take them to heart. I thoroughly enjoyed your closing.
Yes.
I enjoyed your closing. And I didn't think that Esther could match your closing, but she herself brought fire in her closing. It was at that point I was like, okay. When I heard your closing, I was like, no, this young girl has a closing. But you will notice that even amongst the judges, it was a split decision even in that closing. One gave it to you, one gave it to her, the other one was undecided and made it a draw. You understand? Much could be said for other parts of the contest too. But I would just also tell you that from what I'm seeing here in the scoring, it would seem that your opening was your weakest. I think your opening was your weakest because you unanimously on all the scorecard, Esther won the opening. And then you were brilliant in the rebuttal round. And I can see that from the scorecard in the rebuttal round, you really fought back. At least you won on one of the judges' scorecard. While you lost slightly in the other two, 10-9. Okay? So if you do progress, pay attention, come in heavy from the first round. Okay? All right? So that you can finish with a flourish, having done the job.
All right.
Well done, Lagos.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, the polling is here.
Mm-hmm.
For, I think this is YouTube. Ruth had 65%, Esther Joseph 34%.
On Facebook?
On YouTube.
On YouTube, okay.
On Facebook, she had Esther Joseph had 39%, Ruth has 61%. I'm trying to look for X. Okay, and this one is on X. Esther had 22.2%, while Ruth had 77.8%.
All right. So, Lagos, thank you very much. That's the first of two debates which has pitted Esther up against Ruth. Esther prevailing on this occasion. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go straight into the second debate. Remember, one of the two losers can still progress.
Yes.
At this stage of the contest. In fact, all the way to the critical quarterfinal stages.
Who knows?
All right. We'll take the break. We'll be back shortly.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it